In this video, we're going to do a little comparison across Lazer's KinetiCore helmet lineup. We have the rare opportunity to actually have most of the helmets right in front of us. We have the Tempo, the Tonic, the CityZen, the Strada, and the Vento. The one helmet that's missing here is the Codex, which is a variation of the Tonic with a front visor. So it's pretty cool to have all these helmets here, and they all share Lazer's KinetiCore tech. So it's a pretty cool design. And as you can see here, they're little EPS crumple zones. So rather than using MIPS or other secondary technologies, they actually just cut through the foam in a very strategic way to give you rotational protection. So a very cool design. It's more eco-friendly as you have less materials and more affordable, which is why the Tempo here achieves a $49.99 price point. This is a one-size-fits-most design, so there's only one size. Weighs 266 grams. It achieves a 4 out of 5 Virginia Tech rating, which is really impressive, and has a nice, sleek road cycling profile. The CityZen is the next most expensive helmet. It's $59.99, more of an urban style. So you can see more dome-shaped with that extended rear. More exposed foam because of the lower price. You have the simple dial system. KinetiCore on the inside. All of these, of course, have the little slot for the universal laser LED. So it has a little slot in there, you slide it in, and then you have a taillight. So pretty slick and doesn't require any additional hardware. This one is 430 grams, so heavier, just because of the construction. And again, more of an urban helmet. The Tonic is the next most expensive one, $79.99, 4 out of 5 Virginia Tech rating. More ventilation than the Tempo. Multiple sizes. We have the medium here, which weighs 250 grams. You get their advanced turn assist system, so rear dial with height adjustment. Otherwise, you still have the exposed foam on the rim, but pretty lightweight overall. Then you have the Strada. It's $109.99. 5 out of 5 Virginia Tech star rating, so a little bit safer, cooler graphics, more ventilation. You have their scroll assist system, which is a top-mounted belt rather than a rear dial. So a pretty cool feature, makes it easier to adjust on the fly, and has a nice wide belt with this texture on it, which makes it really easy to use even with gloves on. Again, you have that taillight attachment, so you simply drop that in there, and you're ready to ride. This one weighs 290 grams, and even has an optional aero shell if you want to have a little more aero helmet. If you really want the most aerodynamic helmet in the lineup, then you go with the Vento. So you can see sleeker design with these little inset vents and more tuning to get it to be a little more aerodynamic. This is $299.99. Also has a 5 out of 5 rating from Virginia Tech. Weighs 282 grams. You have the same belt assist system, same mounting for your taillight. KinetiCore inside it with a bright green padding, and a more premium with the finish. This is also the helmet you actually see on Zwift, so this rear profile should look pretty familiar if you use Zwift. Now let's take a look at the helmets on the road. Here you can see the Lazer Tempo, and even though it's the most affordable helmet in the lineup, it looks a lot more expensive than it really is. You have that nice thin profile that you expect with road cycling helmets, it's lightweight, and the color schemes are unique. Really easy to adjust even though it has a basic dial system, and very well ventilated as well, even though some of the side vents are actually just exposed foam. So a great helmet overall. The only downside, you can see it's a little bit thicker than the typical medium-sized helmets we wear because it's a one-size-fits-most. Here you can see the Lazer CityZen, a nice urban-style helmet. You can see a bulkier helmet with less ventilation, just have the big vent on the front, and more durable construction, so it actually has the double layers. It's really designed for commuting where you jump on public transportation or knock the helmet around. You can see the universal LED works pretty well too. Gives you nice visibility and is a great option for urban riding. It's a pretty attractive helmet overall and easy to adjust with the rear dial and the bottom straps as well. Here you can see the Tonic, which is very similar to the Tempo, but a little bit more expensive, has more venting, a little sleeker in appearance, and has that more advanced adjustment system. So you can see these straps aren't actually connected to each other. They're all separately anchored on the sides. You have the advanced turn assist on the rear. Great ventilation and very lightweight. This is the helmet I'd really recommend if you want to do more road cycling and longer commutes. because that gives you great ventilation and a combination of lightweight at a very affordable price. Here you can see some of the more premium options like the Strada. Really attractive design with that sunset color scheme, and you have the scroll assist belt on the top, which is a pretty unique feature, so really easy to adjust when you're riding. Gives you more room on the rear cradle, and you can see the helmet is sleeker and thinner than the other helmets at the more affordable price points. The other difference you can see is the shell is fully covered, so all around the edges, you don't really see foam except for the center cutouts. And it has that more unique profile, so if you're looking for something a little bit sleeker, this is a great option. Finally, we have the Vento here. This is their top of the line option. You can see, again, very shallow helmet, more aero, so you can see less exposed vents. Instead, you have these kind of concealed side ones with the dimples as well. So really attractive, and again, very similar to the helmet you see on Zwift. So you have the nice elongated rear profile, and again, that belt assist on the rear. It's quite a bit more expensive, and of course, the gains are very marginal. So I'd only really get this if you just like the look. Now to help you decide between the helmets, here we have a nice comparison chart that shows you the price, rating, weight, fit system, and then our final notes about it. As you can see, the Tempo starts at $50, and the Vento goes all the way up to $300, so you can really find the helmet that matches your budget. The Virginia Tech crash ratings are all at least 4 out of 5 stars, which is a very good rating, with the Strada and Vento rating higher with a full 5 out of 5. So they're all safe, but obviously the Strada and Vento have a little bit more material there to actually absorb some of the impact. Weight is kind of interesting. The Tonic is actually the lightest weight in the medium size at 250. The Tempo is the next one at 266 in that universal one size fits most, with the Strada and Vento being close to 300. And we attribute that to the fact that you have a little bit more shell covering up the exposed foam and the more complicated fit system. Speaking of fit system, the Tempo and CityZen have a simple turn assist design, while the Tonic has the advanced turn assist with the adjustable height on the rear cradle. So if you need extra adjustment, that's a good one to go with. While the Strada and Vento have the more clever belt system on top, which is called scroll assist. So it clears up the bottom and is a little bit sleeker and more aerodynamic. So in terms of which one should you choose, I think the Tempo is a great one if you're really on a strict budget, as it's very affordable. CityZen is great for urban riding as long as you're not in really hot climates. The Tonic is probably the best one out of the helmets as a performance helmet at a very low cost. The Strada gives you the optional aero shell and a bit sleeker design with the belt system, so it's a good one that's still not that expensive. And the Vento is really the one to get if you're really all about aero and you want to make every second count. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.